Ain't nothing crazy. Ain't nothing crazy. Hello, and welcome back to another episode of a quick little pre-service announcement. I'm in my final form. The show is in its final form. It's no longer Let's Talk Motorsports after delving and trying to create and find that actual name and find that brand in order to not clash with anything else. This is now the Tyree Wardrobe Motorsports Show. Welcome to the final form of my podcast. This is the final form. Ain't nothing else gonna really change except maybe my clothes, my setting. Other than that though, logo, all that stuff is gonna relatively remain the same unless I come up with something that might look a little bit better. But that's just a quick expose. This podcast, this episode right here is gonna be mainly pretty much freestyle. It's gonna be pretty much freestyle, and I say that because I don't really have much notes. I literally didn't take no notes. Like if you on the YouTube version at youtube.com/Tyree Wardrobe, I mean you can see that, I got some notes written down, but it's just a couple points. It's just like 4 or 5 points, and just a little quick shit, that stuff that I want to talk about. But the actual conversation I'm going to be having about it is going to be very much freestyle. This episode is probably going to be pretty short, starting at whatever time I'm starting at, and probably going to be done maybe 25 minutes, 30 minutes. So if you just want to hear a quick little freestyle of conversation of what went on this week and what's about to happen next week, then this is the podcast for you. Anyway, but this is all about motorsports. I am your host, The Big Ticket. You can talk to me or hit me up on Twitter at TheBigTicket07. You can also follow me there for updates on the show, for updates in the motorsports world, as well as on my Instagram at Tyree Wardrobe. That's TarigWaldron. And if you want to check out the video version to see my pretty face, head on over to youtube.com/Tyree Wardrobe, same spelling, and watch me there. Go ahead and subscribe, like, and share with your peoples. That is, where I'll be putting in most of my efforts. So check out the YouTube channel as well. And I'll be talking about some content that I plan on putting on there later. So, stick around, find out what you'll be expecting from the YouTube channel. Now, starting off, I'm happy. I'm so happy, man. So happy. And I'll explain why. Because Lewis Hamilton has been, an idol and a role model ever since, I got interested in Formula One in 2016, 2017, that season. He has been someone who has, been a role model in my eyes, and I'm certain he's a role model in so many other eyes. And just this Sunday that passed, he has now been confirmed the 7-time world champion, which, in my honest opinion, is by far, he's now tied with Michael Schumacher for championship titles, but he leads in every other single category possible. Most career wins, most pole finishes, podium finishes, all that. He wins in every single category. So he is damn sure the most successful driver ever to grace the sport. Is anybody going to be able to top him? I don't think so. Maybe Verstappen if, Hamilton were to leave. He hasn't signed a contract yet coming up for next year, but he is going to be doing some ownership stuff with an Extreme E race that's happening. So I don't know what the spectrum is for him. I'm not 100% sure what the spectrum is for him. I would love to see him continue another year, another 2 years. I know that the contract that they plan on signing is going to be going for another 3 years. That's the contract that was proposed, but I don't think going another 3 years is really necessary. Maybe another year or another 2 years. A final, basically a parade lap for him. A parade lap on the season. He doesn't have to. He could drive aggressive if he'd like to. Or he could retire now and be known as a champion altogether, or he could go ahead and get number 8. It's really up to how he's feeling and how he wants to really tackle the situation. And being the voice that he is, and for speaking for diversity, inclusion, all that kind of stuff. Using his platform as that voice. Him and LeBron are two of the most notable and recognizable people who use their platform to speak on controversial issues and to speak on human rights. Honestly, him and LeBron are two main staple role models in this. Obviously a lot more people in the NBA have, spoken out about certain stuff because the NBA is predominantly black. In Formula One, It's not predominantly black. It's not predominantly. It's just him. Honestly, I mean, yes, there's some Spanish people, Mexican, a couple other races I can't think of right now. A couple other people, but you know, they have all spoken out and they have all given their opinions. But you know, with Hamilton being, I'm gonna just keep it a buck. With Hamilton being black, it's a closer representation of who I am, and it's a closer representation to other black and brown people out there. I mean, I'm not British, obviously. I'm not British. I don't have that. I don't have that tie with him. But you know, I have the other tie. All in all, though, he is by far, you know, widely regarded as one of the greatest drivers of all time. And this just stacks that even more, because it was already confirmed. It was already, you know, it was already a fact. Not only the media was calling him the greatest driver of all time before he got this championship win, but also other drivers as well was calling him the greatest of all time, even before he broke records that shattered, even before he shattered records, and before he broke or tied this championship with Michael Schumacher. He has been clearly stated as the greatest of all time by many, and he is well received amongst every single media team that has ever probably spoken about him. But there's always some nonsense about car versus driver. Never really understood. Because there was, I don't know where I was watching this at, but I think I was on Instagram or something like that. And I was on Twitter. Follow me on Twitter at TheBigTicket07. I was on there, and somebody had tweeted a reply to something, and they were stating that something about car versus driver. If he didn't have that car, would he have won a championship? And to be honest with you, I think that I'm gonna go over the race recap, just a real quick one, because every driver was spinning out in that race on Sunday. In the Turkish Jeep, every driver was spinning out. Everyone had issues with grip. Everyone had issues with tire temperature. Everyone had issues, and everyone was having problems throughout the entirety of the race. In qualifying, he also had problems. Everyone and their grandma spun out in that goddamn race, whether it be in qualifying or in the actual event. Whether it be qualifying, warm up, free practice, whatever, damn near everyone spun out. Okay, Hamilton included. Now we go into the actual race. Perfection. You learn over the course of that weekend of the temperatures and the conditions of the race that you're going into, and then from there you adapt, you change, and you develop yourself and ready for that race. That's a driver. That's not the car. The car ain't doing that. He might be able to say like, yo, I want more downforce, this, and this, you know, change up the aero a little bit here, give me more of this. He might be able to speak on that, and that might be, you know, some shit for the car, but all for the most part, because guys were still spinning out in the race, guys were still losing grip, guys were still having to catch their car from spinning out and all that stuff. So your debate is flawed. That the debate of if he didn't have that car, he wouldn't be who he is. That is flawed. It's the driver who's really has the talent, and he definitely solidified that on Sunday. And another thing that really makes me respect him was not only the fact that, you know, he just finished being confirmed the fucking champion. Yeah, he had a short celebration. Obviously, they can't have the celebration that they would normally have if they do win because of this COVID stuff. But next day, he's out running, taking a jog, working out. You know, he's still on, just focused on, the next thing. He's not even, yes, he's happy about being a champion. Obviously, I mean, during the whole thing, he was smiling hard as hell. I would love to have him on the show, but I don't have the reputation or the notoriety to get him on this show. I mean, I don't think I would possibly ever get him on the show unless I blew up like later on, but that might take a while. So, share with your people, help me out. Let me get a role model on the show. Let me get someone that I really want to see, someone that I really respect onto the show. I respect everyone that comes onto the show. I appreciate everyone that comes onto the show. I do have a couple more guests coming in. Some of them are friends. Some of them are people that I know. Others are actual full-blown, people that I don't know, and I have to research and ask questions and interview and other people I know I can have fun with, whatever. But that stuff is coming, so if you're interested in that, definitely follow the podcast and or subscribe or whatever, however the system works with whatever platform you're listening to, because I am available on all streaming platforms. But Hamilton has truly solidified that it's not the drive, it's not the car. It's not the car at all, it's the driver. He's talented. He showcased that he can adapt to different conditions. He showcased that he can basically map out a race on the fly. He's shown that he can strategize on the fly, and that mental aspect of racing is never considered. It's never considered, and he's showcasing that it needs to be. You know what I'm saying? He's showcasing that he has that capability and that ability to understand what's going on in the race and adapt and change, and whether that means staying out another lap while a safety car comes on to get an advantage, or whether that means pitting early, getting new tire, getting fresh tires, and while other guys are pitting, taking a chance and going at it. That all that stuff goes into racing that a lot of people don't think about, and that all boils down to the driver and the team with him, not the car. Not the car. So congrats to Lewis Hamilton on 7-time world champion. And there's the race coming up next week Sunday. I'm recording this episode in between. Normally I record on Sunday so I can get the most recent race in mind, but I actually recording this on whatever today is, Thursday or something like that. I'm recording on Thursday. I recorded some other stuff earlier on this week, and I've been posting a lot of stuff on my social media, so follow me on there on Instagram at Tyreek Waldron. The promo section, the promo bag, the marketing, the promotions, the posting, all that stuff is now in effect. The reason I say that, because I had to get some content under my bag. I had to get some content in some stable, reliable content that I could actually utilize to market and gain some traction in the following, and gain some traction in the listeners for the show as well, and for the watchers. YouTube.com/Tyreek Waldron. You might have to look up Let's Talk Motorsports, because that's the name that everything is tied to, but by the time this episode is released, all that stuff will be changed over. So look up Tyreek Waldron Motorsports Show. That is going to be the name, or you could look up, or it's going to be characterized as T.W.M.S. Okay, T.W.M. as in mom, S, T.W.M.S, but it's going to be pronounced T.W.M.S. That's where I'm going with this marketing stuff. Anyway, moving on to MotoGP. Actually, no, I'm not done with Lewis. He's too great. I can't spend this short amount of time on him. I could probably spend an entire episode, a whole 45 minutes talking about this guy, but I'm not. Well, probably, maybe next week. So listen, tune in for next week. Actually, no, I have a guest coming on next week. So tune in for the following week after that. And from there, it's gonna be an episode specifically around him, and I don't know, maybe. He's doing his whole media run right at the moment, so I don't know if I'll be able to actually contact him, but if I am able to do so, and I'll definitely try, and bring him in on the show. If that actually happens, y'all are going to see a big ass smile on my face for the entirety of the episode. So I would advise going over to youtube.com/Tyreek Waldron, or go over to my social medias and follow me there. Because if I get this, if I get him to join the show, best believe y'all are going to see I'm going to post that shit every single day. Y'all can't miss it, all right? But the man, and he's great. He's definitely he's defining who he is, and he's defining a culture. And defining that he is the greatest of all time, on and off track, with all the stuff he's doing for diversity and inclusion, and having, and the fight for social justice, all that. The man has truly been a voice unlike any other from the motorsports industry. He has been the biggest voice. He has been the voice that truly establishes, the message. I think they have Mercedes has the hashtag driven by each other. I use that a lot. That is honestly my favorite hashtag. And they have, a whole bunch of other things as well that they have started, programs and all that he has started or helped start, stuff like that he's done. And by all means, I'm here for it. I'm glad that it's happening, and I'm glad that I'm coming in at this time to, I guess, talk about it. I don't know. I've always been about inclusion. I've always been about trying to get people of color involved in racing, whether, you know, and just not just drag racing, not just street racing. I'm talking about the professional aspect, rallycross, rally, you know, I mean, Formula One. I'm trying to get people interested in Formula One. A lot of guys aren't interested in MotoGP, Moto America, all those categories, all that kind of stuff. The IMSA, the Grand Touring, endurance racing, the DTM, Super GT, like I said in one of my previous episodes, Super GT is by far one of the most entertaining shit I've ever watched. One of the most entertaining shit I've ever watched. And I watched damn near every form of motorsports racing ever. Boat racing, air racing, all the racing you could possibly think of that involves a motor. I am well in tune with it. I mean, well, probably not well in tune, but I watch it. Anyway, he's definitely he's an amazing person. He's an amazing person on and off the track. And I know that I mean, I don't know, but I feel like he should. I mean, the royal family had tweeted out something, or like, I think they just tweeted out a congratulations. But if he were to be known as Sir Lewis Hamilton now, bro, that shit got a nice ring to it. I would love to see it. I would love to see it. I would love to say it. Honestly, if I were to meet him in person and be like, hey, what's up, sir? Well, no, I wouldn't say that. I'd be like, Sir Lewis Hamilton, how are you? You know, I gotta tone down the starstruck in me, you know? Oh, man. But congratulations to Lewis Hamilton and the Mercedes team on getting Lewis a 7th time world title, and, you know, all the other records that he's broken. And I hope that he continues and goes for another one. Honestly, I mean, like I said, the sweet spot, in my personal opinion, he should go for is 120 wins, but he should have 8 title championships. That's what I personally feel. Just so he could fully establish that he is the best of the best. And, you know, I mean, he is. He doesn't have to do that at all. I just think that he should go to 120, just because who the fuck is gonna ever catch that ever again? You know, who's gonna catch 120? It took him, you know what I'm saying? It's anyway. Man. Moving on to MotoGP, Joan Mir this Sunday as well has been confirmed the 2020 champion. And the final round is coming up next week. At, I think, Portugal? I think it's going to, I don't know where it's going. I've been stuck on Lewis for a minute. I've been stuck, you know, doing stuff for promo and trying to find different stuff to get into, you know, karting and all that stuff as well, and watching that stuff. So, I mean, forgive me, Johan, forgive me. But is it Joan? Is it Joan? It's Johan, right? I think it's Johan. Mir. I'm gonna just call him Mir for right now, because I'm not 100% sure how to pronounce his first name. I've watched the episodes. I mean, not episodes. I've watched the live events. I've watched the races, but I haven't paid attention. I'm pretty sure it's Joan Mir. Yeah, Joan Mir. All right. Anyway, he's the 2020 champion. Now, in a season where there were like 9 different winners altogether, you know, and the championship title was up for grabs amongst 4 or 5 different riders, based off maybe 1-2 races, a couple placement changes. You know, things could have went different. You know, Johan, he's definitely talented. I knew it was between a Yamaha boy or a Suzuki boy. That's where I was thinking about it. You know, my thought was always Vinales at the beginning of the season, and then as the season progressed, I thought it would have been Rins. Then Mir, he really kind of, you know, shot up out of nowhere for a little bit after a few hectic races, as well as, you know, both the Suzuki boys have performed absolutely well, bringing the Suzuki team, I think, a 1-2 finish twice, or either a 1-2 finish once and then a double podium the next time, or a double podium, whatever it is. But they brought them double podium twice this season, something that hasn't been done in almost 10 years or something like that, something that hasn't been done since like 2006, 2007. Or 2012. I'm not, this is a freestyle episode, okay? All my notes is not here, so I'm not able to just recite, okay? Some of the stuff I do have memorized, some of the stuff I know off the top of my head, but I can't remember everything all the time, okay? So bear with me, but y'all get it for the most part. So, you know, I kind of wanted Rins or Vinales to take the championship, but Mir, I'm still proud of you. Still happy that you actually got this championship, got this win. I hope you celebrate like no other. But I wanted somebody else to get the W. That's all I really have to say. I wanted somebody else to get the W, and I think, you know, personally, he has showcased that he is great. He is their race pace. The Suzuki's their race pace is unlike any other, especially late race. They like to pick up steam hard. They like to really tackle and pass and overtake anyone in competition and really give the leaders in front a run for their money. They do that every single race, unless there's an issue at the beginning where they might end up dropping back, you know, way too many positions or something. But if they're right where they need to be, if they start off in a good position and are able to keep fighting throughout the entirety of the race, boy, they can showcase some real skill. And it has been some very impressive showcases this season. I will be doing probably either a specific video episode on YouTube, or I'll be doing a specific podcast episode at some point in the future for December, but probably not. I'll probably end up just doing this specific YouTube video because I could get that out sooner and get that out, you know, before the end of this month. The 2020 season was hectic, crazy. You know, guys were not following protocol and not following rules. I got pissed over this shit in one of my previous episodes because why were you guys not following the COVID regulations that were stated? I'm watching the NFL now. I'm still pissed about it because y'all still getting paid these millions and all this other stuff, and you realize that in order to continue getting paid this stuff, and in order to continue bringing in the advertisements and all that stuff, you need to follow the protocol. You guys need to represent correctly. If you're not following the rules, people don't want to advertise you. And they're at the professional level. Me, this is an amateur podcast. Granted, it's gonna get to the professional level, and I'm gonna be able to have a ton of people on here, and I'm gonna be able to, you know, really have those dictions and invite people to my. This is my home, but this is my office, so this is just this specific area. But you know, that's where I'm at with it. Like they need to really tighten down on that. I mean, your guys are getting fined or, you know, suspended from games because they're not following the protocols. Teams are getting fined, coaches are getting all that stuff. So granted, the governing bodies are following the proper, are making sure that they get punished. But these guys need to understand, bro, y'all shouldn't be getting punished in the first place. You're at the professional level. You cannot be doing this. Follow the rules, follow the shit that's implemented, because you guys are getting paid to showcase who you are. If you can't follow the fucking rules, that showcases that you're a rule breaker. You know what I'm saying? I mean, rules are meant to be broken, whatever, but no. No, not on this stage, not in this caliber. Follow the rules, wear a fucking mask. That's all I can really tell you. Right, so Joan Mir, congratulations to you. Congratulations to Suzuki on their championship win. I don't know who came in second. I don't know who came in third. I did not really care, but I will definitely, when I do my specific topic video, my specific MotoGP 2020 season video, you will hear all about this. So head on over to my YouTube at youtube.com/Tariq Waldron. That's TARIGWALDRON. And subscribe, because you know, the information will be coming and the videos will be coming, as well as, you know, go and just check out the stuff that I got. If you missed episodes, or if you missed, you know, the King of the Baggers video or whatever, I mean, yeah, you could look it up on the internet, but why not hear my opinion and why not hear my voice? Because you love me. Head on over there and, you know, chat with me, even though I won't be talking to you necessarily. It'll be all right. You'll understand. Anyway. Another thing, rallycross and autocross are seen as, you know, this is just, I'm diving away from the championships now. Rallycross and autocross are seen as, you know, really strong categories for, well, they're not seen as really strong categories for entry level into racing. I'm making a specific topic video for that on my YouTube channel as well. That's going to be coming out next week. So, I mean, at the time that I'm recording this, the video is already made. It's just coming out next week. Coming out in the week of, I think, 11/20 or 11/21 or whatever that is. So definitely go over to the YouTube channel, subscribe there if you want to check it out. What are the benefits of rallycross and autocross and why it's actually a good, reliable source to get into motorsports, whether that be if you just want to stay an amateur, if you just want some seat time, if you just want to just understand how to get in with a friendly budget. Check that video out. It's going to be a short little 5-minute thing. It's nothing too crazy, but it does give pretty healthy information as to how to get into it. So head on over to the YouTube channel and subscribe there. Click that bell icon to get notified, or head on over to my social medias. Follow me there. You'll be notified of the uploads and stuff like that too, just in case. Lastly, second to lastly, you're looking into new motorcycles. For me personally, there is an alarm that's about to go off in the next 3 minutes because I need to get up out of here. But I'm looking into new motorcycles. I have a Kawasaki Vulcan. I'm looking to get sport bikes. So if anyone listens and you've made it this far into the episode, and you know anyone who has some Kawasaki ZX6R for sale, by all means send it to me, or send their contact information to me on my social medias, on Instagram or Twitter. If you need a link or whatever, head over to the YouTube version. There'll be links in the description. You can just highlight and paste. I don't know why it hasn't been able to pop up in the podcast version. I'll probably end up having to do a specific linked category, whatever. But head on to the YouTube channel and or head on to my social medias. Let me know what you think. Let me know if you have anyone who has any bikes like that. I am in Michigan, so if you're in the Michigan area, Ohio area, even the Indiana area, honestly, if you listen and you're a part of those states or whatever, definitely hit me up. Let me know. I could go to dealerships and whatnot, but it's always cheaper to get from a private sale. I know. I got a couple seconds, so hopefully this alarm is not too loud. Lastly is my plans for the YouTube channel. The Tyree Waldron Motorsports show is definitely going to be taking on a new light. I have some other stuff that I'm trying to get in the works. It's about I'm a cigar smoker. I don't know if anyone else, if you listen and you smoke cigars, I do plan on doing some stuff with cigar branding and creating my own signature cigar, and starting up a cigar business, starting up a cigar website. So that is, there it goes. So that is my main two things is, my YouTube channel, my motorsports, three things: YouTube channel, motorsports show, as well as the cigar business. Lastly, if you guys want to check out, I do more than just talking. Even though talking, I do like to talk a lot, but there's gonna be gameplay stuff on there as well. I'm just finished recording a bunch of gameplay stuff and motor vlogs coming. There is an issue with my bike. I don't know what the hell it is. I had started riding it and then oil was leaking from, I forgot where. But I have to, check it out, make sure everything's running fine. It is winter time, that too, so I got to make sure that it's fairly decent temperature, because I'm not trying to freeze my ass out there for no video. But other than that, though, for the most part, it has been fairly warm. There are a couple more warm days coming, so I should have the issue fixed by then. And from there, I'll be able to, provide that content. Motor vlogging is coming. The gameplay stuff is coming. That's already recorded. I'm literally editing as we speak. Well, not editing now, but I'm editing. It's up in front of me. It's up. So editing stuff is coming. All these videos are going to be put out. So head on over to my YouTube channel, man. It's weekly videos and weekly podcasts. Every Tuesday on the podcast episodes, and for the videos, I don't know yet. I don't really have a schedule, but I know that there's always a subdivision. There's always another video other than the podcast video that comes out every Tuesday, whether that be a clip from the podcast or something like that. I might end up putting in way more into that, creating specific segments from the podcast show, but that I don't know. Thinking about it though. And lastly, I hope everyone's having a wonderful day. Thank you for watching. Thank you for listening. Like I said, that was the alarm, so I do have to get up out of here. But that is the main stuff. This is the final form of the Tyreek Waldron Motorsports Show, aka T.W.M.S. I will be putting in, maximum effort. I state that all the time. Maximum effort into this podcast, maximum effort into the YouTube channel, and maximum effort into the cigar business once I am able to get a supplier. From there, and then, I actually have to make my own cigars. I've rolled cigars and stuff like that before, but, it wasn't to that, extra professional level, but it was good enough for me. But I know as time goes by, I'll end up getting the tools and all that stuff necessary to actually have, my own humidor, my own section just for the cigars and all that stuff. So it takes time, but it'll get done. It's an investment that I plan on really showcasing and really taking far. So actually, if anyone, has any contacts with or has any, and yeah, basically any contacts or something like that with anyone doing anything in cigars, hit me up on my social media. Let me know, especially on Instagram. That's where I'll be at most of the time for the cigar stuff. So hit me up on there. Let me know what's going on and see if I could try and get some stuff in place. That's my last bit of stuff for this episode. I really do have to get out of here. But thank you for listening, and if you're on the YouTube version, thank you for watching. If you made it this far into the video, comment down below. Tell me what was your favorite part. Tell me what you enjoyed. Tell me if you want to talk about something a little bit more. I will be putting not for this episode, but for the next upcoming episodes, outside of the interviews that I have, there will be extra stuff on top of the actual interview that come after. So I will still be asking for show notes and stuff like that. So if you want to help me with coming up with show notes, to really talk about the things you want to hear about, hit me up on Twitter at TheBigTicket07. Hit me up on Instagram at Tyreek Waldron, and comment down below as well. Peace. Have a wonderful day. If you want to support the show, just rate it 5 stars on whatever platform you're listening to, or whatever platform you're listening on. It pushes the show up the algorithm and really helps a brother grow. And if you're on the YouTube version, drop a like, comment, share with your peoples, and don't forget to click that big red subscribe button and that bell icon to get notified of future uploads. Peace. Have a wonderful day. It's freestyle. I ain't normally like this. I normally got notes and shit written down, but it's freestyle. So this was the episode for today. This was the episode for this week. Peace. I don't know. I was trying to do the rock thing. Catch you on the next episode. Thank you for watching this video. If you enjoyed, consider hitting that subscribe button. If you want to check out any more of my content, head down to the description box down below. And remember, you only have one life. Go out there and enjoy it.